He trained Mike Mentzer's secret routine for 5 years. This is what happened to his body. He didn't read about it. He paid for it. He didn't read about it. He paid for it. And what happened next? Most people in bodybuilding still don't talk about. The man who walked into Gold's Gym. Early 1990s. Gold's Gym, Venice Beach, the most famous gym on earth. And walking through those doors was a man who had already been training for 7 years. Not a beginner, not a hobbyist. Someone who had built something real. His name was John Hart, former Mr. America competitor, and he was about to come face to face with his idol, the man whose side everyone was training wrong. Mike Mentzer, the man who told the entire bodybuilding world it was training wrong. High intensity, low volume, more rest than anyone was comfortable with. Most coaches laughed at him. Most athletes ignored him, but John didn't. He found Mike's phone number in a magazine article, picked up the phone, and paid him to train him in person. 20 minutes, then a cigarette. Here's where it gets interesting. They met at Gold's. John expected fire, intensity, a 2-hour war in the gym. What he got was 20 minutes. 20 minutes of training. Then they sat outside at a table. Mike lit a cigarette. The moment the idol cracked, that moment changed something in John. Not the training, the cigarette. Because when you've built someone into an idol in your mind, reality has a way of breaking that. No one tells you this part. The idol you chased for years is just a man. Smoking outside a gym. He didn't walk away. But here's what John did differently from most people. He didn't walk away. He stayed. And he ran the program. Once every 4th day. Mike's ideal routine. 4 workouts. Rotating. Once every 4th day. Not twice a week. Not 3 times. Every 4th day. The fitness world in the 90s said that was insane. You need more volume. More frequency. More. Mike said the opposite. And John was about to find out who was right. 7 years in. And he still grew. 7 years of training already in the body. That's important. Because everyone knows beginners grow fast. Put a beginner on almost anything and they'll respond. But John wasn't a beginner. His body had already adapted to years of work. New muscle was supposed to be nearly impossible at this stage. Supposed to be. 8 pounds of proof. Within a short period on the ideal routine. 8 pounds. 8 pounds of quality muscle. On a 7-year trained physique. Mike looked at him and said, "You have good genetics for bodybuilding." John already knew that. But this was different. This was proof the system worked. The push he almost didn't take. And that's when Mike made his first push. Keep eating. Keep pushing the calories up. John hesitated. He'd always associated gaining weight with getting fat. That fear was real. But Mike had logic on his side. He broke down the exact caloric math of building 1 pound of muscle. And slowly, John started eating more. When the gains got complicated, the first 8 pounds were clean. After that, things got softer. Around 10 pounds in, the fat was noticeable. The line between muscle and blur started to disappear. John kept going anyway. Not 5 weeks, not 5 months. 5 years. He finished his paid sessions with Mike. Then he kept the program. Not for 5 weeks, not for 5 months. 5 years. Straight through to 1998. The same ideal routine. Cycling it properly. Taking breaks every 2 to 3 months. Training with a partner who pushed him exactly the way he wanted. And he grew. Workout to workout. Visible progress. Real progress. The trap Mike set. But this is where it gets complicated. Because Mike wasn't done with him. Years into the relationship. They were friends by now, training out of the same gym. Mike pulled him aside. He had something new, something he called the consolidated routine. Even more extreme than the ideal routine. Fewer exercises, less volume, absolute bare minimum. Mike called it the last stop for the advanced bodybuilder, the final tool for anyone who had already maximized everything else. He trusted him. John trusted him. He ran it, strong, but nothing came. He was strong, stronger than he'd ever been, but the muscle didn't come. Not a single pound of new growth. Weeks in, nothing. The program that was supposed to be the peak was a dead end, the twist nobody expects. Now here's the twist most people miss. John didn't spiral. He didn't blame Mike. He didn't throw out everything he'd learned. He just went back to the ideal routine. Quietly, cleanly, no drama. And he kept growing 27 years later. That was over 27 years ago. To this day, every single year, John Hart cycles the ideal routine as part of his training. Not because he's loyal to Mike Mentzer's memory. Not because it's popular online. Because it worked on his body. And he had the discipline to stay long enough to find that out. What most people never find out. Most people who say they tried heavy duty lasted a few weeks, maybe a few months if they were serious. They quit before the results came. They swapped programs before the adaptation happened. They chased the next thing before the current thing had a chance to prove itself. 61 years old, still in the gym. John didn't. And at 61 years old, he's still in the gym, still training with intensity, still lifting heavy, still cycling the same foundational principles he learned outside Gold's Gym. From a man smoking a cigarette, the final line, the program wasn't magic. The 5 years were.